Okay, so we were doing the CPU scheduling. In CPU scheduling, we have seen the first come, first serve, and also we have seen the convoy effect, right? So next thing we'll discuss about a question that shortest job first and its a related question. Okay, so next one is SJF, shortest job first. So if it is shortest job first, we'll check for two things. One is the criteria, another thing is mode. So in case of shortest job first, criteria is what? That shortest job we can find out this one with the help of execution time or its burst time, right? So according to the burst time we will decide which one is the shortest job, right? So here criteria is that burst time. Another thing is mode. So what should be the mode here? That mode can be the primitive or non-primitive, but in this case shortest job first, the mode is non-primitive, right? So here mode is non-primitive. Okay, now we'll take an example and we'll rectify that example. Okay, so let me take example. So here there is a process ID, arrival time, then burst time. Okay, so here process ID, let me see, arrival time is given as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is what the arrival time given, and burst time is given as it is 7, 5, 7, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2 and 8. This one is the burst time given, and process ID is, assume it is P1, then P2, P3, P4 and then P5. These are the process IDs. Okay, so these are the PID, process IDs. So now we'll simplify this one. Firstly, we'll make the Gantt chart. So we are on time 0, and at the time 0, any process is available or not? No. At time 0, no process available. So at time 1, the process is available. So 0 to 1 time, 0 to 1 time, CPU is idle, right? So in this case 0 to 1 time CPU is idle. Next, at the time 1, a process P1 is available. So P1 will execute for how long? It will execute for the 7 time. Why 7 time? Because it is a shortest job first, and in shortest job first the mode is non-primitive, right? So we cannot preempt this until the completion, right? So firstly we'll complete this one. So we'll execute this one for 7 times. 7 plus 1 is 8. So till this part time is 8 and process is P1, and P1 is completed. So here P1 is completed. Now till the time 8, all the process are available, inside the ready queue. Now out of this remaining process, which one is the smaller process? Because it is shortest job first, it means I will choose the job which is shortest, right? Firstly, so which one is the smallest one? So here this one is the smallest one. So we'll execute this one for one time. So this process is P3, and P3 will execute for one time. One time means it is 8 plus 1, 9. So in the 9 time, this P3 is complete. So P3 is complete in 9 time, right? Next thing, that out of remaining, which one is the smaller one? So this one is the smaller one. So we can say this process is P4. P4 is the smaller one, so we'll execute P4, and we'll execute for P4 for how long? We'll execute for 2 times. So 9 plus 2 is 11, right? So 9 plus 2 is 11, and P4 is completed now. Now out of remaining these two, which one is the smaller one? This one is the smaller one. So we'll execute this process P2. So P2 will execute. How long will execute this P2? We'll execute P2 for 5 times. So we'll execute this one for 5 times. So 11 plus 5 it is 16, right? So this one is 16, correct? So P2 is complete now. What about next one? Remaining job is this one. So this job is P5, and P5 will execute this one for 8 times. So 16 plus 8 is what? 16 plus 4 is, it is 20, and plus 4 it is 24. So we can say here till this part time is 24, and this process is P4, sorry, P5. P5 is being complete now. Okay, so we have prepared the Gantt chart. So this one is what? Gantt chart, and we have prepared Gantt chart. This is the main things in case of CPU scheduling, right? Once I have prepared this Gantt chart, what we'll do, we'll find out the completion time, then we'll find out the turnaround time, then we'll find out the waiting time, right? So let's find out the turn around this completion time. So completion time for P1 will start from right side and will scan to the left side. So here P1 is this one, and this one is completed at time 8. So at the time 8 P1 is completed. Next P2 is completed at time 16. So P2 is completed at time 16. P3 is completed at time 9. So it is completed at time 9. P4 is completed at time 11. So here it is completed on time 11. What about next one? Yes, next one is P4. So already P4 we have seen. P5 is completed at time 24. So this is what? 24. Now we'll find out the turnaround time. So turnaround time is what? It is completion time minus the arrival time. So completion minus arrival time. So here completion time is 8. 8 minus this 1. So here it is 7. What about next one? 16. 16 minus 2. 16 minus 2 is 14. Next 9. 9 minus 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. Next one is 11. 11 minus 4. 11 minus 4 is what? Here 11 minus 4 we can say 7. And what about next one? 24 minus 5. This one is 19. So this is what the turn around time. Now we need to find out the waiting time. So waiting time we can find out with the help of turnaround time and burst time. So we'll subtract this one, turnaround time minus burst time. So 7 minus this 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. Next one, 14. 14 minus 5. 14 minus 5, that is 9. Next is 6. This 6 minus this 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. Next is 7. 7 minus 2, which is again 5. Next one is 19. 19 minus 8, that is 11. So this is what the waiting time. Now what they can ask? They may ask the average turnaround time, and they may ask the waiting time, that average waiting time, average waiting time. So what should be the turnaround time? So turnaround time, will add all these. For average turnaround time, we'll firstly add all these. So if we add all these, what become 6 plus 14, it is 20, and 20 plus 7, it is 27, and plus this one 27 plus 7, so it is 30 plus 4, 34. Till this part it is 34, and 34 plus 10, it is 44, 44 plus 10 again, 44 plus 10, 54, and 1 lesser, it is 53. So this one is 53. Now we'll add this one also for finding out the average waiting time. So 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 10, it is 20, 21, 21 plus 9, it is 30. Now average turnaround time is what? 53, and divide by number of process, that is 5. Okay, so if we simplify this one, we'll get the result. Next one is average waiting time. Average waiting time is what? It is 30 divided by 5. So 30 divided by 5, then it becomes the average waiting time. So what type question they may ask? Either they will ask the average turnaround time, they will ask the average waiting time, or simply they may ask for the particular process. In the process P5, completion time, that is 24. What is the turnaround time for P5? That is 19. What is the waiting time for a P5? That is 11. So such type question they may ask in the exam. So tell me, is it clear to all or not? Clear? Okay. Clear. Okay, fine. So now we'll move for the next algorithm, that is shortest job remaining time first. Right? So I'll move for the shortest job remaining time first. Next one is shortest job remaining time first, SJRTF or SRTF it may be, right? So this one is what? Shortest job remaining time first. So here there will be two things. One is the criteria, another thing is the mode, right? So here criteria is, again we'll look for the burst time, and mode is what? It is primitive, right? So its mode is primitive. So we can say this SJRTF, shortest job remaining time first, which is equivalent to SJF, shortest job first with primitive. Okay, with primitive. So this is what the both are equivalent. SJRTF is equivalent to shortest job first with primitive. Is it clear till this part? Clear? Okay, fine. So next thing we'll take the example for shortest job remaining time first. We'll take the example. So here it is: process ID, arrival time, burst time, then here it is, let me say completion time we'll find out, then we'll find out the turnaround time, then we'll find out the waiting time, and then we'll find out the response time. Let me take the arrival time. Arrival time is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is what the arrival time. And let me take burst time also. Burst time is given as, this one is 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 1, 2, again 1, 7, 5, 3, 1, 2, 1. Right? Next one is process ID. Process ID, this one is P1, this one is P2, P3, P4, P5, P6. This is what the process ID given. Now we'll prepare the Gantt chart. So here arrival time is 0. So at arrival time 0, is there any process available? Yes, this one is available. So we can say process P1 is available. So how long will execute this process P1? Will execute this process P1 till the next time slot. ठीक है, तो अगर इस अराइवल टाइम में क्या कर दिया जाए, एक ऐड कर दिया जाए तो क्या आ जाएगा, नेक्स्ट अराइवल टाइम आ जाएगा ना. इसका मतलब हमें क्या करना है, इसको एग्जीक्यूट करना है. किसके लिए? वन टाइम के लिए इसको एग्जीक्यूट कराना है. ठीक है, तो इसको कितने टाइम के लिए? एक टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट कराना है. Why? Because this is shortest job remaining time. So here mode is non-primitive. Sorry, primitive. Here mode is what? Primitive. And if it is primitive, we can preempt the job from running state to the ready state back. ठीक है, तो primitive अगर होता है तो ऐसा ही होता है ना. If it is a ready state and this one is the running state, then it can go from this one to this one and it can go back to this one. It means there can be the preemption. So यहाँ पे क्या करना है अपने को? प्रियम्पशन कराना है. कितने टाइम के लिए? एक टाइम के लिए इसको एग्जीक्यूट कराएंगे और प्रियम्प्ट करा देंगे. सो रिमेनिंग टाइम इज 6. सो विल एग्जीक्यूट P1 for how long? We'll execute for one time. So here time is 1. So now these two process are available. These two process are available till the time 1. ठीक है, अब टाइम 1 तक ये दो प्रोसेस अवेलेबल हैं, तो इनमें से किस वाली को एग्जीक्यूट कराएंगे? 6 को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे या फिर 5 को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे? बताना जरा, विच वन टू एग्जीक्यूट? प्रोसेस नंबर P1 को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे या P2 को? इनमें से कौन से वाले को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे? ओके, oh someone is saying P2. P2, yes, exactly, we'll execute the P2. Why? Because we'll check for the burst time and burst time of this one is smaller than this one, so we'll execute P2. How long we'll execute P2? We'll execute P2 for one time. So remaining time is 4. Why we are executing this one for one time? Because अगर इसके अराइवल टाइम में एक ऐड करेंगे तभी तो 2 आएगा ना. तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, नेक्स्ट अराइवल टाइम तक हमें जाना है, उतने टाइम के लिए अपने को चलाना पड़ेगा. तो इस अराइवल टाइम में एक ऐड कर दिया जाए तो क्या हो जाएगा, दैट बिकम 2. तो इसका मतलब मुझे एक टाइम के लिए ही इसको एग्जीक्यूट करना है. राइट, इसकी जगह अगर क्या होता, नेक्स्ट अराइवल टाइम अगर 3 होता, 2 नहीं होता, सीधा 3 होता, तो क्या करना पड़ता है, इसको 2 टाइम के लिए चला सकते थे. बिकॉज इसमें अगर 2 ऐड किया जाता फिर क्या होता, 3 बन जाता. इसका मतलब इसको 2 टाइम के लिए चला सकते थे. राइट, आप एक एक करके भी चला सकते हो, डजेंट मैटर, बट एक एक करके चलाएंगे और उसमें क्या बाय चांस वैसे तो क्या होगा, टाइम ही आपको ज़्यादा लग रहा है, आप 2 टाइम के लिए भी चला सकते थे. राइट, सो अदरवाइज आप कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं इस केस में, तो आप एक टाइम के लिए भी चला सकते हैं. राइट, सो हमने क्या किया, इसको एक टाइम के लिए यहाँ पे इसको चला दिया. सो नाउ प्रोसेस P2 executed for one time means 1 plus 1 is 2. So till the time 2 these three process are available, right? So इनमें से किसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, जिसका ब्रस्ट टाइम क्या होगा, स्मॉलर होगा. बताना जरा अब किसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, P1 P2 और P3 इसमें से किसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे. Okay, someone is saying P3. Yes, so we'll execute P3. P3 को क्यों करेंगे, बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स ए एग्जीक्यूशन टाइम इज स्मॉलर देन ऑल दीज प्रोसेस. सो इसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे. कितने टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, वन मोर टाइम. सो वन टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे तो रिमेनिंग टाइम क्या हो जाएगा, 2 बच जाएगा. और ऐसे देखेंगे कि 2 में 1 ऐड कर दिया जाए, इसमें अगर 1 प्लस कर दिया जाए तभी तो 3 बनेगा ना, तभी तो नेक्स्ट अराइवल टाइम पे जाएंगे, है ना. तो इसका मतलब एक टाइम के लिए इसको चलाना पड़ेगा, राइट. तो रिमेनिंग टाइम क्या बच गया इसका, 2. And which one is the process, P3. Now it become 2 plus 1 3. Okay, so till this time these process are available, right. So arrival time 3 तक की प्रोसेस क्या है, अवेलेबल है. इसका मतलब P4 को भी इंक्लूड कर दिया गया है. नाउ आउट ऑफ दीज प्रोसेस विच वन टू एग्जीक्यूट, यस, विच वन टू एग्जीक्यूट नाउ. Yeah, definitely we'll execute P4 because small out of these remaining execution time, this P4 is the smaller one. So its execution time is 1. So we'll execute this one for one time. So P4 is executing for one time. It means P4 executing for one time. One time means 3 plus 1 is 4. So till the 4 time all these process are available, right. So P5 is also available till this part. Now which one to execute, yes, now which one to execute. Yeah, there are two process which having the burst time as a 2, right. एक इसका भी ब्रस्ट टाइम क्या है, 2 है, और एक इस वाले का भी 2 है. तो इन दोनों के बीच में क्या होगी, टाई होगी ना. अगर इन दोनों के बीच में क्या होगी, टाई बन गई, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा, किसको पहले एग्जीक्यूट कराना. सो अगर टाई हो जाती है दो के बीच में तो क्या करना पड़ेगा, विल हैव टू चेक द अराइवल टाइम. जिसका अराइवल टाइम कम होगा, मतलब जो पहले आई है उसको पहले एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, राइट. तो इनमें से पहले कौन आई है, P3. इसका मतलब क्या होगा, P3 को पहले एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे. सो P3 को पहले एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, इसका मतलब इसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, और इसको क्या कर दिया, वन टाइम के लिए हमने एग्जीक्यूट कर दिया, तो रिमेनिंग टाइम क्या बच गया, 1. सो एग्जीक्यूट P3 एंड P3 इज बीइंग एग्जीक्यूट फॉर वन टाइम. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया, 4 plus 1 is 5. Now till the time 5 all the process are available, these 6, all 6 process are available. Now out of these process which one to execute, अब कौन सी execute करेंगे, P3. Yeah, so here if we check this one and this one, the both are same, means arrival time of P3 and P6 दे आर सेम. इट मीन्स देर इज ए टाई, और इनके बीच में टाई अगर होगी तो किसको करेंगे, अराइवल टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग, जो पहले आया है. इसका मतलब P3 पहले आया है, इसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, तो रिमेनिंग टाइम इज 0. सो विल एग्जीक्यूट P3 एंड विल एग्जीक्यूट P3 फॉर हाउ लॉन्ग, विल एग्जीक्यूट P3 फॉर हाउ लॉन्ग, one time. So 5 plus 1 is 6 and P3 is completed. P3 completed, P4 also completed. Okay, so out of remaining which one to execute now. Yeah, definitely we'll execute P6 now. So we'll execute P6, we'll execute this one for one time, so it becomes 0. So this one is P6 and P6 means 6 plus 1 is 7. Now time is 7 and this P6 is over. Now out of remaining which one to execute, ओके P5, ठीक है। P5 को कितने टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे? हाउ लॉन्ग विल एग्जीक्यूट? 2 टाइम, 2 टाइम और 1 टाइम? यस। सो विल एग्जीक्यूट P1 फॉर 2 टाइम्स। वैसे 1 1 करके भी कर सकते थे, लेकिन फायदा क्या था? होना तो किसको था? P5 को ही करना पड़ता फिर से, राइट? इसका मतलब जब भी क्या हो जाता है आपका शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब रिमेनिंग टाइम फर्स्ट के केस में, जब आपने क्या कर लिया, सभी प्रोसेस क्या आ चुकी हैं, रेडी स्टेट में आ चुकी हैं, राइट? जब सभी प्रोसेस क्या आ चुकी हैं, रेडी स्टेट में आ चुकी है, इट विल बिहेव लाइक शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब फर्स्ट। अब ये क्या करेगी? शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब फर्स्ट की तरह ही काम करेगी, राइट? तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ये नॉन प्रिमिटिव की तरह काम करेगी। अब इसको क्या कर दो, 2 टाइम्स के लिए ही एग्जीक्यूट करा देंगे। सो नाउ P5 is being executed for 2 times. So 2 times means now it become 7 plus 2 is 9 and P5 is over. Now out of this remaining process is which one? इनमें से remaining कौन है? That this P1 and P2. P1 having the brush time as a 4 and P2 having brush time 4 and P1 having brush time 6. So which one to execute? Smaller brush time. So we'll execute this one for how long? 4 time. ठीक है, तो इसको 4 time execute करेंगे. It means P2 will execute P2 for 4 time. 9 plus 4 is 13. Okay, so we'll execute this one for 4 time, and now P2 is completed. Which one is remaining? Remaining one is P1. So we'll execute P1 for how long? We'll execute for 6 time. So 13 plus 6 is 19 and process is P1. P1 also completed. Now P1 has been completed. So till this part we have done. So tell me, is it clear or not? So this Gantt chart we have prepared. Now this one is clear or not? And here main thing is what? Preparing the Gantt chart. Once you have prepared the Gantt chart, there is nothing, everything is clear. You are just doing the calculation, you are doing some subtraction, and after you are doing some addition, and you are finding out the average. Everything is clear, right? So now we'll check for the completion time. Let's see the completion time. What is the completion time for P1? So we'll start from this back side, right, from rightmost, and we'll go towards the leftmost or scan towards the leftmost. So here P1 is this time, and P1 is executing for, sorry, it is completed on time 19. So इसका completion time क्या हो गया? It is 19. For P2, this one is P2 and completion time is 13. So next one is 13. Then P3 is here and it is 6. Then P4 is being complete at this place. Yes, so its completion time is 4. Next P5 is completing here and its time is 9. Then P6 is completing here, so its time is 7. So we have find out the completion time also. Now we'll find out the turnaround time is what? Completion time minus the arrival time. So we'll subtract this one. So completion minus arrival time. So here it is 19 and here it is 0. 19 minus 0 is what? 19 minus 0, this one is 19. Next it is 13 and this one is 1. 13 minus 1 is 12. Next is 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 means it is 4. Next is 4 minus 3, it is 1. Next is 9 minus 4 is 5. Next one is 7 minus 5 is 2. So this one is the turnaround time. Now we'll look for the waiting time. So what should be the waiting time? Let's see. So waiting time means turnaround time minus burst time. So turnaround time minus burst time. So here it is 19, 19 minus this one 7. 19 minus 7 is, it is 12. Next 12, 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 is, it is a 7. Next is 4. 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 means 1. And next one is this one 1. 1 minus this 1. ये हो गया था, yes. 1 minus 1 is 0. So waiting time for this one is 0. Next is 5. 5 minus 2, it is 3. So waiting time is 3. Next is 2. 2 minus 1, it is 1. ठीक है, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा 1. Next we'll look for the response time. What should be the response time? Let's find out the response time also. So response time means first response minus its arrival time. So first response minus arrival time. So for P1 first response is at this place, right? So for P1 first response is at this place. It means it is 0, 0 minus its arrival time. 0 minus 0, it is 0. Next for P2 first response is at this place, so 1 minus its arrival time. Its arrival time is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So again response time is 0. It means it is getting the immediate response. Response time अगर 0 लग रहा है तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, it is getting the immediate response. Okay, next for P2 we have done. For P3 this one is the response time. So first response is this one, and we'll subtract this one from arrival time. So its arrival time is 2. So 2 minus 2 is 0 again. So it is also getting the immediate response. For P4 first response is this one, and its arrival time is 3. So 3 minus 3 is again 0. Then P5 for P5 first time it is getting response at this place. ठीक है, 7th प्लेस पे. इसका मतलब 7 माइनस इट्स अराइवल टाइम. 7 minus 4 which is 3. Next one is P6. P6 is getting the first response at this place. तो इस बार क्या करना है, जब रिस्पॉन्स टाइम करते हैं ना तो स्कैन करना है कहाँ से, लेफ्ट टू राइट की साइड. ठीक है, तो फर्स्ट टाइम 6 आपको यहाँ पे मिल रहा है, तो 6 का रिस्पॉन्स टाइम यहाँ पे है. ये क्या है इसका रिस्पॉन्स टाइम, that is 6. 6 minus its arrival time. 6 minus its arrival time. Arrival time is 5. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So its response time is 1. Now everything we have find out. We just need to find out the average waiting time, average turnaround time, and average response टाइम. ठीक है, तो अपने को क्या करना है, एवरेज, टर्न अराउंड टाइम, वेटिंग टाइम और रिस्पॉन्स टाइम निकालना है. सो फर्स्टली कंफर्म दैट टिल दिस पार्ट इट इज क्लियर और नॉट. Okay, clear. So now what we'll do, we'll find out the turnaround time, average turnaround time. For finding the average turnaround time, we'll add all these. So here we'll add these. So 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 1 10. 10 plus 2 12. 12 plus 12 24. 24 plus 10, it is 34. 34 plus 10 is, it is 43, and subtract 1, that is 43. Okay, 44 minus 1, that is 43. What about this one? So this one is 3 plus 1 4. 4 plus 1 5. 5 plus 7, it is 12. Okay, 5 plus 7 12, and plus 12, it is 24. What about this one is 3 plus 1 4. So here average turnaround time is what? Total is 43. 43 divided by total number of process. Total number of process are 6. So 43 divided by 6. Next one is average waiting time. Average waiting time should be, average waiting time is what? It is 24. 24 divided by 6. 24 divided by 6. Next is, it is 4 divided by 6. 4 divided by 6. So this is what the average turnaround time, this one is the average waiting time, and this one is the average response time. And what type question they may ask, you already know. Okay, so till this part it is clear or not? Clear. Okay, fine. So now we'll move for the next one, that is a round robin. Okay, before a round robin, we can solve that one also, that longest job first and longest job remaining time first. So we'll move for the longest job first. So next one is longest job first, LJF, longest job first. So here there will be the two things, one is the criteria and another thing is mode. So here criteria is, we'll check for the burst time, which one is the longest job, we'll execute that one firstly. And second thing is mode. Mode is here non-primitive, right? So mode for the longest job first is, by default it is non-primitive. Okay, now I will take the example and we'll understand this one. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so now we'll take the example. So here it is, process ID, its arrival time, its burst time, then we'll look for the completion time, then look for the turnaround time, then we'll look for the, it is waiting time. Yes, next one is the waiting time, and we'll check for the response time. Okay, so here arrival time is given as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and burst time is given as 7, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2 and 8, right? It is 7, 5, 1, 2 and 8, and its process ID is given as P1, P2, P3, P4 and here it is P5. Okay, and now we'll draw the Gantt chart. So we are on time 0. Okay, so on time 0, Is there any process available? No. On time 0, no process available, because we'll check for the arrival time. At time 0, no process is available. It means 0 to what time it is available? At time 1 it is available, means 0 to 1 time it is idle. So CPU is idle from 0 to 1 time. Okay, next thing, now at one time a process is available which is P1. Now P1 is available at a time 1. So how long will execute P1? Will execute P1 for how long? Will execute for the 7 time. Why for 7 time? Because it is non-primitive type. So we cannot preempt. We'll have to complete that one. Right? So we'll execute for 7 time. 7 time means it is 1 plus 7, it is 8. Okay, so till the time 8 all the process are available, right? So till the time 8 all the process are available. Now what will happen? Now I will check for the next process to be execute. So बताना जरा कौन सी execute होगी next process? Okay, someone is saying P5. Yes, definitely it will execute P5, right? Why? Because of it's the longest job first. So longest job first means out of remaining job, this one is the longest job. So we'll execute this one for 8 time, right? So we'll execute this one for 8 time and process is P5. So we'll execute P5 for 8 time. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Now time is 16. Now out of remaining we'll execute the larger one. Larger one is this one. So we'll execute P2. So P2 will execute for 5 times. So we'll execute P2 for 5 times. So 16 plus 5 is, it is 21. And which one is the process? P2. P2 is the process. Now what is the next one? Out of remaining, which one is the largest one? Largest one is this one. So we'll execute this P4. We'll execute P4 for how long? We'll execute P4 for how long? 2 times. Yes. So execute P4 for 2 times. So 2 times means it is 20. 1 plus 2, it is 23. Next one is this one. Remaining one is this one. I'll execute for 1 time. So now it is P3, and P3 will execute for how long? Will execute for 1 time. So it is 24, and all the process are completed. Okay, so all the process has been complete now. Now we'll check for the completion time. So firstly tell me till this part it is clear or not. Okay, clear, fine. So now we'll see the completion time. So completion time for P1. P1 completion time is what? It is a this one, and P1 is completed at time 8. So its completion time is 8. For P2 completion time is 21. So this one is 21. For P3 completion time is 24. So this one is 24. For P4 completion time is 23. So this one is 23. And for P5 completion time is 16. So this one is 16. This one is the completion time. Now we'll check for the completion turnaround time. Turnaround time is what? It is completion time minus arrival time. So this one is what? Completion time minus arrival time. So completion time is, it is 8 minus 1, which is 7. 8 minus 1, which is 7. Next is 8 minus 1, it is 21 minus 2, which is 19. Next is 24, 24 minus 3, 21. Next is 23 minus 4, 23 minus 4, it is 19 again. And this one is 16, 16 minus 5, 16 minus 5 is 11. So this is what the turn around time. What about the next one? Next one is the waiting time. So waiting time is what? Turnaround time minus burst time. So we'll subtract these two. Turnaround time minus waiting time. This burst time. Turnaround minus burst time. Let's see. So here it is 7. 7 minus this 7, 0. Next is 19. 19 minus 5 is, it is 14. Next is 21. 20 minus 21 minus 1 is 20. Next is 19. 19 minus 2. 19 minus 2 is 17. And next is, it is 11. 11 minus 8. 11 minus 8 is what? It is 3. Okay. Now what about the response time? So this is what a non-primitive case, and you can check for this one. Let's see. Response time. So for P1, first time response is at this place. So 1 minus its arrival time, 0. Next, for P2, first response is this time. So this time minus arrival time, 16 minus 2 is 14. Next, for P3, P3 is this one. So it is 23. 23 minus its arrival time for P3. So arrival time for P3 is 3. So 23 minus this one, it is 20. Next one is for P4, first time response is this one. So 21 minus its a arrival time, that is 4. So 21 minus 4 is, it is again 17. And what about P5? P5 first response at this place. So 8 minus its arrival time, that is 5. So 8 minus 5 is 3. So this one, waiting time and response time, they both are same, because it is a non-primitive type. If it is non-primitive type, they will not ask the response time. किसका? P1 का? No. P1 को फर्स्ट टाइम रिस्पॉन्स कहाँ पे मिला? यहाँ पे 1. 1 माइनस इट्स अराइवल टाइम. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, now tell me, is it clear till this part? Yes. Is it clear till this part? Clear. Okay, fine. So till this part we have solved this one. Now remaining one is the finding out the average turnaround time, average waiting time, right? So you will find out the average turnaround time and average waiting time, because you will just do the calculation for this one, add this one and this one, and you will do the calculation for this one. I think you can do this one. Done now? Okay, fine. So this is what the story of the longest job first, right? Now I will move for the next one, right? So next one is longest job remaining time first. Longest job remaining time first. Okay, if it is longest job remaining time first, we'll check for two things. One is the criteria, another one is the mode. So here criteria is what? Criteria is, again we'll check for the burst time, which one is the longest one, and mode is what? Here mode is primitive. So mode for this one is what? Primitive. So what we can say? We can say this longest job first with preemption, right? Longest job first with preemption, that is equal to the longest job remaining time फर्स्ट. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों क्या होंगे? इक्वल केसेस रहेंगे कि लॉन्गेस्ट जॉब फर्स्ट में क्या कर दिया जाए? प्रियम्पशन कर दिया जाए, देन इट बिकम्स लॉन्गेस्ट जॉब रिमेनिंग टाइम फर्स्ट. राइट, नाउ विल टेक द एग्जांपल एंड विल अंडरस्टैंड इन बेटर वे. So again I will take the same data, that is process ID, its arrival time, its burst time. After this one we'll check for the completion time, then we'll check for the turnaround time, we'll check for the waiting time. Okay, so we'll check for the waiting time and also we can check for the response time. Now let's see the arrival time. Arrival time is given as this one, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and brush time is again same, it is 7, 5, 1, 2 and assume 8. So process ID is P1, P2, P3, P4 and P5. This is what the process ID. So now we'll check for the okay, now we'll prepare the Gantt chart. ठीक है, तो अभी क्या करेंगे? Gantt chart prepare करेंगे. Yes, so we are on time 0. At a time 0 any process is available or not? Not a process available. Not a process available, so we can say at time 0 no process available. So what will become here? At a time 1 a process is available, so from 0 time to 1 time this CPU is idle. So 0 to 1 time it is idle. At time 1 a process is available, so how long will execute this process? So we'll execute this process for the one time, because if we add 1 to this one, ठीक है, अगर इसमें एक ऐड कर दिया जाए तो क्या हो जाएगा? नेक्स्ट अराइवल टाइम आ जाएगा, दैट इज 2. इसका मतलब मुझे इसको क्या करना है? वन टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट करना है. सो इफ वी एग्जीक्यूट दिस वन फॉर वन टाइम, इट मीन्स रिमेनिंग टाइम इज 6. सो वी आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग this P1 for one time, so it becomes 1 plus 1 2. So till the time 2 these two processes are available, P1 and P2. So this is what the longest job remaining time out, longest job remaining time first. ठीक है, तो इसमें से अपने को अब कौन से वाली एग्जीक्यूट करानी है? कैन यू टेल मी विच वन टू एग्जीक्यूट? Yes, so we'll execute P1. Why will execute P1? Because of its longest burst time, right? So we'll execute P1. P1 for how long? We'll execute P1 for one time. So here it become 5. वन टाइम क्यों? बिकॉज इस अराइवल टाइम में 1 ऐड करेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? नेक्स्ट अराइवल टाइम आ जाएगा, दैट इज 3. इसका मतलब अब यहाँ तक हमने क्या कर लिया? कवर कर लिया. कवर करने का मतलब यहाँ पे 3 प्रोसेस आ चुकी हैं, राइट? सो नाउ 3 प्रोसेस आर अवेलेबल. ओके, मैं चला दिया क्या? ये एग्जीक्यूट करा देता हूँ. P1 it will execute for one time, means 1 plus it is 3. Now out of these 3, which one to execute? Yes, now tell me which one to execute? Okay, P1 to execute. Yes, we'll execute P1. Why? Because this one and this one, they both are same. Means there is a tie, right? If there is a tie, so we'll check for the arrival time. ठीक है, so arrival time किसका क्या है, छोटा है, या ये कह सकते हैं कौन जल्दी आया है? तो ये वाला प्रोसेस जल्दी आई है ना, दिस P1। ठीक है, तो P1 को क्या करेंगे, एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे। फॉर हाउ लॉन्ग? विल एग्जीक्यूट फॉर अगेन वन टाइम। so one time means it become 4, so remaining time is 4 and process is P1 and 3 plus 1 is 4, so till the time 4 these process are available, means P4 also available now, right? So out of remaining, which one to execute now? ओके, एक अनदर थिंग, अगर दोनों का क्या मिल जाए, अराइवल टाइम भी मैच कर जाएगा। इन केस अराइवल टाइम इज ऑल्सो मैचिंग, मीन्स टाई हो गई है अराइवल टाइम में भी, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा, जिसकी प्रोसेस आईडी क्या है, स्मॉलर है, उसको एग्जीक्यूट कराएंगे पहले। यस, नाउ टेल मी, these 4 process are available and which one to execute now? These 4 are available, which one to execute? This one having 4 burst time, this one having 5, this one having 1 and this one having 2। तो जिसका लार्जेस्ट burst time होगा उसी को execute करेंगे, right? तो इसमें लार्जेस्ट किसका है, that is P2, so we'll execute P2। P2 for how long? We'll execute P2 for again for one time, so it become 4, remaining time is 4, so we'll execute P2। P2 for how long? For one time, so 4 plus 1 is 5 and now all the process are available, right? So till this time all the process are available. Now which one to execute? Can you tell me which one to execute? P5। okay, so burst time for P5 is larger one, so we'll execute P5। can you tell me how long we'll execute this P5? We'll execute for full time। okay, सो वी कैन 8 टाइम नहीं कर सकते क्या? हमने अराइवल टाइम तो कवर कर लिया, जैसे किस में कर रहे थे, शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब रिमेनिंग टाइम में कर रहे थे। हाँ, वही तो पूछ रहा हूँ ना मैं, जैसे हमने किस में कर दिया था, शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब रिमेनिंग टाइम में फर्स्ट में कर दिया था ना, कि एक बार इस अराइवल टाइम को कवर कर लिया सब, इसका मतलब सारी की सारी प्रोसेस अवेलेबल हैं। फिर मैंने क्या क्या कहा था कि वो अब नॉन प्रिमिटिव की तरह काम करेगी, राइट? बट वो वाली ट्रिक यहाँ पे लॉन्गेस्ट जॉब रिमेनिंग टाइम में काम नहीं करेगी, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे ये नॉन प्रिमिटिव की तरह काम नहीं करेगी, कवर करने के बाद भी नहीं करेगी, ठीक है? सो यू हाँ, तो आप क्या नहीं कर सकते, यहाँ पे इसको कंप्लीटली एग्जीक्यूट नहीं कर सकते 8 टाइम के लिए। तो इसका मतलब क्या होगा कि आप आइदर एक एक करके करोगे, या फिर ये देख लो कि यहाँ पे लार्जेस्ट ब्रश टाइम कितना है, वहां तक कर सकते हो इसको। तो 4 टाइम है ना, हाँ, तो इसको क्या कर सकते हैं, 4 टाइम तो कर सकते हैं, या तो एक एक करके आ जाते, या एक एक बार में 4 टाइम कर दो, बट 8 टाइम नहीं कर सकते, कंप्लीटली 8 टाइम नहीं कर सकते थे, ठीक है? तो इसको 4 टाइम एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, सो विल एग्जीक्यूट दिस वन फॉर 4 टाइम। सो 5 plus 4 is 9, right? And process is P5, process is P5। now which one to execute? ओके, सो मोनिका, मैंने ये बोला कि हम क्या नहीं कर सकते, इसको अब कंप्लीटली 8 टाइम एग्जीक्यूट नहीं कर सकते, बट अगर ये शॉर्टेस्ट जॉब रिमेनिंग टाइम फर्स्ट होता ना, फिर तो ये कर लेते कि इसने क्या कर लिया, सारी सारी जॉब्स का क्या कर लिया, अराइवल टाइम कवर कर चुके हैं हम, फिर तो ये क्या करता, नॉन प्रिमिटिव की तरह काम करने लग जाता, राइट? एक बार कवर करने के बाद। बट यहाँ पे क्या है, ये लॉन्गेस्ट जॉब फर्स्ट है, तो लॉन्गेस्ट जॉब फर्स्ट का मतलब क्या हो गया कि मेरे को तो लार्जेस्ट जॉब को क्या करना पड़ेगा, पहले एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ेगा। ये चीज समझ आ जाएगी, कब समझ आ जाएगी, थोड़ी सी देर में अभी समझ आ जाएगी। अनदर थिंग, अभी मैंने इसको फुल टाइम ही क्यों एग्जीक्यूट करा दिया कि मैंने ये देखा कि यहाँ पे लार्जेस्ट बर्स्ट टाइम किसका बचा हुआ है, इस वाली का था, इस वाली का था, कितना था 4 था। तो या तो मैं एक एक करके करता, पहले इसका क्या था टाइम 8 है, 8 किसका P5 का, तो मैं क्या करता एक टाइम के लिए चलाता तो कितना रिमेनिंग बच जाता 7, है ना। तो अब 7 बच गया तो कौन कौन लार्जेस्ट होता, फिर से यही P5 चलता, फिर क्या करता एक टाइम और चला देता, कितना बच जाता 6। अब भी कौन लार्जेस्ट है, अगेन P5 लार्जेस्ट है, फिर से क्या करता वन टाइम चलाता, अब क्या होता 5। अब भी कौन लार्जेस्ट है P5, तो फिर से चलाता, अब क्या हो गया 4। तो ऐसे करके बार बार मेरे को क्या करना पड़ता, वो वन टाइम चलाना पड़ता, ठीक है। तो मैंने क्या कर दिया, डायरेक्टली चला दिया इसको 4 टाइम के लिए, ताकि हम कहाँ तक आ जाएं, ये जो लार्जेस्ट बर्स्ट टाइम है ना यहाँ तक आ जाएं। Okay, got it, fine. So now we have execute this one for 4 time. So this process is P5 and we have execute for 4 times. So 5 plus 4 is 9. Now which one to execute, which one to execute? Yes, now we'll execute P1, ठीक है। P1 को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, कितने टाइम, वाई वी आर एग्जीक्यूटिंग P1, बिकॉज all these are having same brush time, largest brush time is 4 here, but there is a tie between all these, ठीक है, इसके बीच में तो क्या हो गया यहाँ पे टाई। बट किसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, विल चेक फॉर द अराइवल टाइम, जो पहले आया, पहले कौन आया P1, सो विल एग्जीक्यूट P1। कितने टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, कैन यू टेल मी। नो, यही चीज मैंने बोला था कि फॉर टाइम के लिए एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेंगे, इसको फॉर टाइम के लिए नहीं कर सकते। देखना इसको मैं क्या करूंगा, ये क्या था P1 था ना, P1 की कितना टाइम रिमेनिंग है 4 है, और इसको क्या कर दिया मैंने वन टाइम एग्जीक्यूट कर दिया, तो रिमेनिंग टाइम क्या बच गया इसका 3, ठीक है। तो क्या नेक्स्ट टाइम P1 को ही प्रायोरिटी मिलेगी, नेक्स्ट टाइम तो इसका बर्स्ट टाइम ज्यादा है ना, इसका, है ना। इसका मतलब क्या नहीं कर सकते, डायरेक्टली आप नहीं कर सकते ऐसे कि इसको फुल टाइम एग्जीक्यूट करा देंगे, नॉन प्रिमिटिव नहीं बना सकते इसको आप बाद में भी, ठीक है ना। तो आपको इसी मैनर में इसको सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा। इसका मतलब इसको वन टाइम एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं, तो रिमेनिंग टाइम इज 3, सो हियर रिमेनिंग टाइम इज 3 फॉर P1, so 9 plus 1 is 10. Now which one to execute, now we can execute this one and this one, so out of this there is a tie, so we'll execute according to the arrival time, yes we'll execute P2, so P2 को कितना चलाएंगे, we'll execute for one time, so remaining time is 3, so we'll execute P2 for one time, 10 plus 1 is 11. Now we'll execute which one, we'll execute P5, yes, so we'll execute P5 for again one time, so remaining time is 3, ठीक है। तो it is 3 and P5, so 11 plus 1 is 12, okay। Now this one and this one all are same, means there is a tie, again we'll execute which one according to the arrival time, तो इसका अराइवल टाइम क्या है कम है, इसका मतलब P1 को एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, कितना एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे वन टाइम अगेन, सो विल एग्जीक्यूट P1 for how long, one time, so 12 plus 1 is 13, okay, 12 plus 1 is 13, so now it become okay, अभी किया है ना P1 को कर दिया, एक रिड्यूस करते हैं इसमें से, now we have executed P1 for one time, it become 13, okay। Now next one is P2, again we'll execute P2 for one time, so remaining time is 2, so here it is P2 execute for one time means it is 14. Now which one to execute, this one for one time, so remaining time is 2, so we'll execute P4, no it is P5, P5 one time, so 14 plus 1 is 15, okay। So now which one to execute? Yes. Now which one to execute? Yes. So we will execute P1. Why P1? Because they all are same. This one, this one, this one and this one all are same. So क्या करेंगे? We'll check for the arrival time. So arrival time means जिसका smaller होगा, that is P1. So we'll execute this one for again one time. So इसको one time execute करेंगे किसको? P1 को. So 15 plus 1 is 16. Now we'll execute this one P2. P2 for one time. So remaining time is 1 P2 and it becomes 17. Now which one to execute? This one P4 for one time. So it is P4 and it is executing for one time. So it become 18. Now which one to execute? This one for one time. So P5. 18 plus 1 is 19. Okay. So now again which one to execute? 7. हाँ. So yes, again फिर क्या करेंगे? We'll execute P1 and now it is 0, right? So P1 and it becomes 20. Now next one is P2, it becomes 0. So we'll execute P2, it is 21. Now which one? We'll execute P3 and it becomes 0. So P3 it becomes uh, yes, we'll execute P3 and it becomes 22. Now which one to execute? P4 for one time. So P4 and it become 23. Now which one to execute? Now we'll execute a next one, that is P5. P5 and it become 24, right? So we have prepared the Gantt chart now. Okay, थोड़ा सा large हो गया था ये वाला question. Yes, so we have prepared the Gantt chart now. Now we can check for the completion time, turnaround time, then waiting time and its response time. Okay, so let's check for the completion time. So completion time is what? Completion time for P1. Completion time for P1 is what? This one 20. So completion time for P1 is 20. What about P2? Completion time for P2. P2 is this one. Yes, 21. And then completion time for P3. P3 is this one 22. Then completion time for P4. P4 is this one 23. Then completion time for P5. P5 that is 24. So this is what the completion time. Now you can check for the turnaround time. So turnaround time is what? Completion time minus arrival time. So 20 minus 1, it is 19. Next 21 minus 2, it is again 19. Next 22 minus 3, 22 minus 3, that is again 19, I think. Yes. Next 23 minus this one 4, it is again 19. And next one is this 24 minus 5, again 19, right? This is what the turnaround time. Then we'll find out the waiting time. So waiting time is what? Turnaround minus burst time. So this is what? 19 minus 7. 19 minus 7 is 12. Next it is 19 minus this 5. 19 minus 5 is 14. Next 19 minus 1 is, it is 18. Next is 19 minus 2. 19 minus 2 is 17. Next is 19 minus 8. 19 minus 8 means it is 11. So this is what the waiting time. Now you can check for the response time also. What should be the response time? So for P1 response, first response is this one. So 1 minus its arrival time, 0. Next, for P2, first response at this place, right? So 4 minus its first response. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Next, P3 first response is where? P3 here. So first response is at this time. So it is 21. 21 minus its first response, that arrival time. So 21 minus 3 is, it is 18. Next, for P4 first response is, you will scan from left to right. So for P4 first time response is P4 this one. So first time response at 17. So 17 minus this arrival time, 17 minus 4, that is 13. Next one, P5 this one. Yes, first response is at this place, 5. So 5 minus 5 is 0. This is what the response time. Now you can find out the average turnaround time, average waiting time, and average response time. Okay, so till this part it is clear or not? Yes, till this part it is clear or not? Clear. Okay, fine. So you can find out the average turnaround time or not? This one, I think you can find out this one, average turnaround. Just calculation करनी है थोड़ी, right? So you will find out this one, average turnaround time, average waiting time, and average response time. Okay, so we'll stop the class for today and we'll continue tomorrow.